Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about one of the core building blocks of AWS cloud computing, which is EC2 instance and security groups. Whether you are launching your first EC2 instance or managing dozens of them, I'm going to walk you through the process of setting them up securely. My name is Said Jimo. I'm a certified cloud practitioner. I have strong passion for networking and cloud security. EC2 instances are essentially virtual servers that powers your application. Whether it is a hosting website, running a backend service, or handling big data processing, EC2 gives you the flexibility to scale and manage these resources. But with great power comes great responsibility. Security groups act like virtual firewalls for your EC2 instance. They control incoming and outgoing traffic, ensuring wholly authorized access to your instance. Misconfigured security groups can lead to serious security vulnerabilities, so managing them effectively is critical. I once worked with a team that didn't properly configure their security group. They left their SSH port open to the entire internet. Within hours, the server was targeted by automated bots trying to brute force their way in. Luckily, we caught it in time, but this story highlights the need for careful planning and management of our security rules. Now, let's dive into the demo.
Good afternoon. So today we are going to be talking about how to create EC2 instance and how to connect to it. So what you are seeing here is my AWS management console, and what you are seeing here, they recently visited. Those are the AWS services that I recently visited. That's why you are seeing them. If you are just trying to use AWS for the first time, and you are trying to locate EC2, you can locate it using different means. You can start using this search bar. You just need to type EC2. Once you type EC2, it's going to load. This is it here. And you can also come to this place here, these services, where you see services, you click, you see EC2. So for those that does not know what EC2 means, it means Elastic Compute Cloud. So now I'll be creating EC2 instance. So before we launch our instance or we create our instance, it is important for us to create an IAM role. So why it is important is that looking from the security point of view, we would want to manage our EC2 instance in a secure way. And in order to manage it effectively and securely, it is important for us to create an IAM role that would give access to system manager to manage the EC2 instance directly. So that's why we are going to be creating an IAM role. So let's create an IAM role first. So IAM role, identity and access management. So you come down to roles here, you click. After clicking, we have different roles name here, but that's not where we are going to. You create a new role. You can see trusted entity type. There are a lot of them. We have AWS service, AWS accounts, web identity, SAML 2.0 federation, custom trust policy. But what we are using is this AWS service. You see the description under it. It says it allows AWS service like EC2, Lambda, or others to perform actions in these accounts. So we are creating it to enable system manager to perform action or to connect directly to our EC2. So here, instead of selecting EC2, you select EC2 role for AWS system manager, because that's actually what we want to use it for. So you click next. You click next. So you give it a name. I'm going to give it CSN row. So you come down, you see the trust policy, you leave it the way it is. You come down, you create row. So we are done creating the row, the I am row. After successfully creating the I am row, you can see CSN row. So the next thing we'll be doing is to create our EC2 instance. So right from our service, if you click services, you see your EC2. You click EC2. So after clicking it, you see other resource, other EC2 resource. But you come down here, since we are launching a new instance, you click launch instance. So I'm going to be giving our instance name. Okay, the instance name will be demo CSN. So you come down to your application and OS image, your operating system. You select a suitable one, but for this tutorial, we are going to be using Amazon Linux. So after doing that, you come down, you select your instance type. For this tutorial, we are going to be making use of T2 Micro because it falls under the free tier. For key pair login, we don't need to create any key pair. We'll just select proceed without a key pair. So you come down to network setting. We have our VPC, we have our public IP. So we are going to be creating a security group. Let's give our security group name. So let's just give it SG, security group. You come down. So for those that do not know what security group means, it's a virtual firewall that controls the inbound and outbound traffic in your EC2 instance. So here we have the inbound security group rules. From the security point of view, your SSH is not meant to be opened. So for that reason, we are going to be removing it here. We remove it. You come down to configure storage. You leave it default. Come down, come to your advanced settings. Under your advanced setting, you come right down to IAM instance profile. You click it and select the profile, the IAM role we created earlier, which is CSN role. The remaining configuration will be left as default. Leave everything as default. So you come to the tail end and see the summary of the configuration we've done. You see our software image, Amazon Linux, the virtual server type T2 Micro, the firewall group. You come down, then you launch the instance. So while the instance is being launched, you can see successfully initiated launch of instance. So we click this. So after clicking it, it takes time for it to complete, for the launching to complete. So you can see the instance state is pending and the status check is still blank. So it means you are supposed to see checks. So we'll wait while that is being done. We can click the instance ID to get to see more information about the EC2 instance. You have the instance ID. Here we have the public IP address. You can see them here. We have the host name. We have the private IP. You come down. You can see the IAM role, CSN role that we created earlier. So for this status and alarm, we didn't configure any. So you see everything blank. Same thing as monitoring. There was nothing configured. For security groups, you see the security group we created. You can see it here. Networking, you can see VPC ID. See the address, the DNS, the storage. You can see the storage, the volume size 8 gig. So after clicking, we can also connect from here. So we have different ways of connecting. We have the EC2 Instance Connect, we have the Session Manager, we have the SSH client, we have the EC2 Serial Console. But for this tutorial, we are going to be making use of the Session Manager because it is the most secured way of connecting to our EC2 instance. So the next thing you have to do is to click on Connect. You can see we successfully created our EC2 instance and we are able to connect to it using our Session Manager.
Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share. Stay secure. See you next time.